Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5 best electric guitars. Starting at number 5. PRS-SE Custom 24. The PRS-SE range has offered solid, well-built, great-sounding guitars for years now, and the PRS-SE Custom 24 2018 is a perfect example. This Korean-built mass of maple, mahogany and rosewood is a classy-looking guitar. It's a wonderful instrument to play too. PRS's expertise making eye-wateringly expensive guitars is evident from the moment you pick it up. The bridge, for example, has a noticeably low profile. This makes palm muting a much more pleasant experience, especially if you're used to chugging away on a Floyd Rose-style bridge. A lot has been made of the SE Customs pickups. 2017 models added Korean-made versions of the 8515 pups used on the more expensive American core line, dubbed the perfect pickup by Paul Reed Smith himself. Largely, they live up to that promise. The bridge pickup is capable of some serious chunky metal tones, which retain definition and clarity even at absurd levels of gain. Coming at number 4. Fender Players Stratocaster. This latest mid-price take on Fender's pride and joy features an updated 2-point vibrato design, plus 3 new Alnico V single coils. The satin neck provides a slick playing experience, while there's little to fault with the build quality other than some slightly jerky tuners. There's a hugely usable set of tones across the 5-way selector, which recall Fender's Fat Texas Hot single coils and respond beautifully to gain, and treble loss is minimal when rolling back the volume knob. The bridge pickup, which can be weedy on mid-price strats, is rich yet cutting, and if it's still too spiky, the pleasingly responsive tone knob will enable a fairly precise treble cut. That may not sound like much, but it's actually a big deal, as the 2 tone knobs are wired thusly. Tone 1 handles neck and middle, while Tone 2 adjusts the bridge. Then there's that new 2-point vibrato, which is one of the smoothest operating systems we've encountered at this price point, with no problems returning to pitch. The familiar loose arm in the socket problem still rears its head, but it's nothing a bit of tape around the thread can't fix. At number 3. Epiphone SG Standard. This pointy-horned devil has its roots so firmly in rock and roll that it's hard to separate them. With iconic players such as Angus Young, Tony Iommi, and Derek Trucks relying on the SG to achieve their sound, it's no wonder it's Gibson's most popular model. Yes, it really is more popular than a Les Paul. We have decided to feature the Epiphone version on this list for a few reasons. First of all, for its price point, it's pretty difficult to beat. The level of finishing on the new, inspired by Gibson, range is phenomenal and a definite step forward from the previous incarnation. Secondly, and arguably the most important, is the sound. We must say, we were pleasantly surprised by how good this guitar sounds. It really does sound like an SG, and considering it's around a third of the price of the Gibson version, that is no mean feat. Number 2 of my list. Gretsch G2622 Streamliner. The Streamliner concept is simple: to create more affordable Gretsch guitars without losing their specific DNA. 2 new Broadtron humbuckers are controlled in classic Gretsch style by a 3-way toggle selector switch on the bass side shoulder, a master volume on the treble side horn, and then a trio of controls by the treble side F-hole for individual pickup volume and master tone. The G2622's construction gives a different response and resonance to other new releases from Gretsch and, with these pickups, moves further from the Gretsch sound. And while its construction gives it a more solid, or at least ES335, character, it's a little more airy and less punchy with a softer, squashier tonality. The beefier pickups certainly don't nail a classic Gretsch tonality, although if that's what you want. The full-size pickups are easy to replace, but they do broaden the sonic potential, especially for more gained styles, while staying close to the classic iconography. And number 1. Yamaha Pacifica 112V. The Yamaha Pacifica has long proved a benchmark for quality and specification, and the 112V remains a top choice for beginners. The 112 is far from fancy and simply concentrates on the bare necessities. Yet the construction is of excellent quality. Trust us, if looked after, this will be a guitar for life. Advertisement. By design, it's an altogether more modern, brighter and lighter take on a hot rod Strat. But when we say brighter, that doesn't mean overly shrill. In fact, the bridge humbucker will surprise some. It's beefy without being too mid-range heavy, and although the coil split proves a little bland, played clean. With a distortion boost, it's a pretty useful gnarly and wiry rhythm voice. It's good to have the choice too when mixed with the middle pickup. Switching between the full and split coil here is subtle, but, especially with cleaner Class A amp voicings, there's enough character difference to be usable. Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.